What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes. Central Ohio creators here. Y'all taking three vibes to Jet as always. Ohio Keys is in the building. And today we got our very first food guest in the studio with us today, y'all. Mr. LB's, the owner of LB's Golden Fried Fish and Chicken, man. He's in the building with us today. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is a big one for us. For those that don't know, this is the last episode we recording for the year, so it's already big for that reason. But once again, we got our first food guest in the building, so you know we got to get all the food gems out of him right here. We about to get all the game from him because he's our first one. So can't wait to get into it. Let's do it, Keith.
All right, so the first question I have for you is what inspired you to start a food truck business and why did you choose to focus on fried fish and chicken?
Yeah, man. What inspired me was, I was just kind of just doing it out of the house. Well, I could take it even back deeper. How it really started is my oldest daughter was doing like AAU basketball, and we was needing to raise money for the fees and all that. So my family used to always have like a little fish fry or whatever, and I used to be the one on the fryer in the backyard of my mom's crib with the propane turkey fryer frying fish. So, people like that recipe and everything. So we decided to do a fish fry for my daughter's fundraiser, and it blew up, man. We made, covered our fees, and people liked it, and it was like, when can we get that again or whatever. So that's why I decided to start doing little pop-ups in the yard at the house, and people would pull up. The neighbors would come out when they smell the fish, and people just it just grew and grew, and people wanted it more and more. So that's when I started doing it out of the house, doing little plates, going to little barber shops and places around town, dropping off plates. And then when COVID hit, everybody was selling food out the crib.
Oh,
So
of course.
I had to, kind of separate myself from everybody else. So I found out about a commercial kitchen. I did a lot of research on like mobile food vending businesses, and just all the proper steps, because I wanted to make sure I was proper, and on point. And because I know how I am, I don't want to eat just anybody's food. I want to make sure it's right. So um, yeah, that's pretty much how it started. And then I got into the kitchen, and we had a good response on like DoorDash. We was doing orders on DoorDash, Grubhub, all that, Uber Eats, and that went well. We got good reviews, and found a truck that somebody was selling, and ended up getting that and finding out how to get that registered with the city and all that. And it was a lot of steps, but that's how it took place, man. I mean, but I've always been kind of cooking because my mom was a caterer back in the day, so back in the day when I got my first apartment, I have my homies come over, we'll cook out, or I have females come over, I cook them dinner, and we chill out, so that's pretty much how it started, came about.
Okay. So was it like did you kind of just like kind of progressively realize, oh, okay, I want to go further with this, or was it out the gate you knew you wanted to really be in the food restaurant space?
Nah, that really wasn't my thing, man. I mean, like, not at first, I would just do it as a hobby, kind of like, around the crib. I had a background in HVAC, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I went to school for.
Make sure the heat stay on too if you need that.
Yeah. Gotta be well rounded.
For sure.
So, but yeah, and then I kind of, like I say, all that started with the fundraiser and all that. So I got into the food even deeper. Not just cooking. It's different, man, when you cooking like for 10 people versus 200.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of people don't realize that keeping the consistency with the food in a large
Yeah.
quantity is it's not as easy as people think. So yeah.
Okay. Can you talk to us about the difference? Obviously, we know bulk orders versus, small individual orders, but talk to us about like the process that goes into that, because you got to like season way more
Right.
pieces of chicken
Yeah.
and stuff. How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. A lot more prep involved. But yeah, I mean, like, as far as like the chicken wings, for instance, I got like a big tub that we put the chicken. First, we clean them, after we get them, and then we season them, mix them all up. It's different than just putting them on a plate and sprinkle a little salt. And pepper
Right,
in
right.
it. But and we try to keep the amount of seasoning per wings proper, so it's not too salty or so the seasonings aren't overbearing, because a lot of times try to keep it consistent.
For sure.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Hey, can you tell us about your signature dishes and what makes them special?
Yeah. Well, the fish, the golden fried perch, man, that's like that's what took off. We started with the perch, and that's everybody loved the perch, man.
Okay.
That and then the mac and cheese, the magnificent mac,
Mm-hmm.
with the baked beans, like Coach City said
Mm-hmm.
in the theme song. Yeah, yeah, that's those is like the signature things. The sweet potato pie is banging.
Ooh,
We
I
got
got
the
sweet
little
potato pie on the
miniature
menu.
sweet potato pies, like 6-inch
Ooh.
round pies.
Ooh.
So yeah, yeah, those is good.
Might
The
have to
pound
slide by
cake,
and get one of them for New
yeah,
Year.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The pound cakes, all that, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what makes it so unique, I think, is I don't like a lot of people like with the mac and cheese. People are skimpy with the cheese. They might use like a store bought,
Yeah.
low budget brand cheese, and it
mm.
makes it like hard and kind of waxy
Mm.
after it dries up. It's a lot of little stuff like that people don't realize, man.
Mm.
But like when you use the better grade of cheese, it might be more moist and makes it more cheesier and get more of a cheese pull on it or whatever, you know. Um,
Nah,
so
this
yeah,
is game right here.
Most
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. With the signature dishes, did the people kind of decide what was going to be that, or did you already have something in mind, like this one I put kind of a little bit more love into?
the people kind of decided it, man, because I started out, you know, trying a little bit of this, that, you know, a lot of different things,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously I stuck with what worked, and then
Mm-hmm.
I also took the constructive criticism, you know, what people said, oh, it's good, but this or that might be a little different, and I would tweak it a little bit, and you know, you always might hear some feedback,
Yeah.
but whatever was the majority of what I heard, then I knew it was true, so I tweaked it, and that's what made it.
Oh, that's good
Trying to
because
perfect
most
it.
people wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what people struggle at, that
Yeah,
yeah,
constructive
nah, nah,
criticism.
most
nah.
people
I accept constructive criticism because
Mm-hmm.
that's the only way you get better. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Yeah.
For sure. Now, how do you source your ingredients, and do you prioritize local suppliers? Like, do you try to keep it in city first? How does that
Yeah,
work?
for sure. Yeah, yeah. We work with a lot of local suppliers, wholesalers that you know deal with mostly just food businesses and stuff, and some stuff is shipped in if I can
Mm-hmm.
find it at cheaper rates. Man, it's been crazy with inflation and the prices with a lot of the food going up and stuff. But I try to keep it local, and like with the chicken, it's all like from Ohio, from like the Amish farms. So
Okay.
it's a good grade of chicken. Like that's another thing that's different when you was asking about you know the food and the consistency and all that is the a lot of chicken like I don't know if people realize, but like sometimes you'll get like a feather in it or it'll be real
Yeah,
gristly.
Bruce's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all
Yeah.
that is if the cheaper chicken, I've noticed it when I'm cleaning it because I bought
Mm-hmm.
it before and there's a lot of feathers on it or it's real fatty or
Yeah.
sometimes they be bruised up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of different stuff like that. But when you buy the more expensive stuff, it's not you don't see that as much because they take better care of it.
You pay for what you get. Always
Yeah,
remember
for
that,
sure.
y'all.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What has been the biggest challenge you faced since running your food truck?
Man, that's a good question. One of the biggest challenges definitely is finding help. You
Mm-hmm.
know, finding good, consistent help because
Mm-hmm.
it started out with just my family, my kids, and my wife would help me out, but you know they got burned out after so
Mm-hmm.
long because it was my passion. So I'll be able to go 12, 15 hours working and still be good,
Yeah,
but they
because
be
it's
wore
yours.
out. Yeah. So
Know the
you know,
feeling.
yeah, finding somebody to help that's consistent and wants to be there
Mm-hmm.
and does a good job and they just there just to get some money real quick and be out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was one of the most still is a challenge to this day. So anybody out there, if you're looking to get in the food business or you want a part-time job on the food truck, holla at me. You know, I might have a job for you.
Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah.
LB's Golden Fried Fish and
Yes,
Chicken
sir.
is looking for staff.
Yep.
So if you fit the criteria, if you fit the requirements, you got that right energy, pull up. You know, you see the number up there, give them a call, inquire, and might be having some room for you on the team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as far as challenges too, what about like location and stuff? How'd you go about finding like the best spot for the truck, or do you move around? Like how do you go about your location?
Yeah,
Because that seems like a tough part.
That is a tough thing. You know, you want to have a location where you have a lot of traffic, where people can see you, or either there's people there, like at the bars. You want somewhere that's popping. You don't want somewhere where nobody is at.
Mm.
And then the challenge with moving around is people might see you here one week and they come there the next week and you gone somewhere else. That was another thing I faced a lot when I first started. They'd be like, man, I'm trying to catch you. You here one week and then you over there in Dublin the next week and then you in Pickerington, you know.
Mhm.
So that was kind of how I switched and went to the Derby in Gahanna.
Okay.
On Sundays is usually when you can catch me there consistently, especially when the weather is nice, you know. In the winter, you know, between like November through February is the slow months for the food trucks, just based on the weather. But
Okay.
yeah, but that's pretty much how we handle that.
Now I see you got Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, all the good ones. For as far as services, so there are people still delivering these though, correct? No matter where you are, they can call and get that delivered.
Yeah. With the food truck, yeah. Actually, right now we're just on Uber Eats. We had I'm not really a big fan of the food delivery apps because they take such a large percentage of your sales. Like, you know, they in it to get theirs, but it is a good secondary source of income for your truck when it's slower and when the weather's bad, like on a rainy day or when it's cold out. People, you gotta have it, you know. But,
Yes, sir.
In the summertime, we had DoorDash, and that's how we started, you know, with all three of those.
Okay.
And but we haven't been as active on DoorDash and Grubhub, but we will be bringing that back in 2025 for sure.
All right.
And the Uber Eats, yeah, we're on there consistently, and you can switch the addresses on there and let people know where you are. So I might, you know, it only does like within a certain radius of where you're at, but yeah, that's kind of cool too because you can get it out to, you know, different
more
locations.
people.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like, and this question is kind of coming from personal experience, but do you feel like when people like order through the food delivery services, it ever like kind of sacrifices food quality? Like maybe somebody not getting that real LB's experience because they ordered it.
Yeah, depending on, because I have seen where the I've had DoorDash and Uber Eats, the drivers take my food. Like we give it to them, and then next thing you know, we get a call from the person like, we didn't receive our food, and then you can track it through. You know, they keep a GPS on the driver, but they're like, yeah, they dropped the delivery.
Took a picture and then picked it right back up.
Yeah,
he's like, nah, this LB's
so
mine.
Yeah, and I had people pissed at me like,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, it ain't on me. We gave it to them. You know, it's on them. But we do seal it up. We have bags that are, you know, sealed and safe, like so nobody can tamper with your food or nothing. Yeah, and that was one thing I was big on because I thought about that. Like, I don't want nobody delivering me no food where they might have been taking fries out of the box or, you know, something like that. So that's why we got the tamper-proof bags where you actually got to cut those open with scissors when you get them. Or
See, that's different right there. Everybody don't do that. That's a
sure.
gem right there. Make sure y'all pick that one up.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, how do you come up with a new menu and items? Like, do you have specials?
Yeah, we definitely have specials from time to time. If I get like better pricing on certain things, like the whole wings, chicken wings, sometimes we'll do dollar whole wings. And then the new menu items, usually once a year we do a taste testing, and we have people come in and you know, I put it online and tell people if they want to come in and do a taste testing, holler at me, and then they come in. We have a form where they fill it out, you know, rate the stuff, give us feedback, and that's basically how we found a lot of new items on our menu and done away with a lot of menu items, you know, based off the feedback we get from people. So.
Okay. Has Columbus being, you know, we're a taste tester city, so has that played a factor at all in your experience doing this, being in the food space?
Yeah. Columbus is a good spot for the, you know, for food. People love food around here. They call it Flavor Town, you know. But it's you know, it's been pretty cool. I got good feedback from a lot of the food reviewers in the city. You know, some of them I like more than others. You know, some of them I feel like are just in it to get a meal, and not really be genuine.
Right.
You know? But some of them are real, you know, good people and in it for the right reasons, and they actually know good food. You know?
Now that's actually, I'm glad you said that because that's something that we really want to turn up in 2025. Doing more food reviews, really connecting with the food industry in the city as well. What advice do you have for us going into that space? I heard you just speak about being genuine and not just trying to get free meals. What would you like to see from the influencers in the food space from 2025?
I would say, you know, just be open. It's it's a lot of like cliques in the city, you know, so people go with who they know and favoritize them. That might just be human nature, but I think a lot of times they have an opinion of something before they actually even try it. You know, so just give people a chance, go into it with an open mind, and give them your you know, your honest feedback or whatever, and understand that people are on different levels. They may just be starting out. When you try it, it may not be that great, but it may get better in the long run. You know, and then you know, just give people a chance, because just even them as a food reviewer, or whoever it may be, you may not be where you were 5 years ago or whatever, right now or whatever. So we all got to start somewhere.
Yes, sir.
So,
Very good point right there.
That's very true. So, what's your favorite part about serving the Columbus community?
I love getting out and meeting new people and letting them experience something new and getting a different flavor for something like because it's not a lot of good fried fish places or chicken places in town.
Mm-hmm.
That are consistent. You might have it. I try to work on if you have it once, it's the same the next time you come or even better.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to go down. We want to go up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Now, you from Columbus?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
What side of town?
North side.
North side with it. All right.
Yeah.
North side the best side?
Yes,
Wait,
sir.
did you go to Mifflin too?
Yeah, Mifflin High School.
Mifflin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Class
All
of
right.
95.
All right. Cook up. Yes, sir. We got a real 614 representative in the building.
Yeah.
All right, now. We said with the serving the community. So can you share a memorable customer experience that stands out to you?
Yeah, memorable experience was we had some celebrities come through and try our food. That was kind of cool.
Okay.
One was Fabo from D4L.
Yes, sir.
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
He came through, man, and I had a shouts out to my homie DJ Marv,
Okay.
Most Official Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing the show. He got a song with Fabo, man, that's hot. Y'all need to check out called I'm Just Being Me.
Okay.
I think everybody can relate to that because, everybody is hopefully being themselves.
Yes, sir.
And so they was doing a show and I reached out to Fabo, man, on IG and just sent him. I do that a lot to a lot of the people that's coming to the city. Some of them have responded and said, I don't think we can make it, or they might look at the message. But that's another thing I want to say. This is kind of going aside from what
Get into it. Let's get into it.
Don't be afraid, man. Like if you're creative and you want to do something, don't be afraid of stepping out and trying stuff. Like IG is a great tool, man. Like when I was coming up as a teenager and a young adult, we didn't have that, man. But the internet is powerful now, man. You can reach out to LeBron James if you want to send him an inbox.
No, seriously.
He might not react, but I mean, it's worth the
He
try.
just might.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
never
mean?
know.
Like you might have time.
So don't. But a lot of people, they think in their head like, no, I don't want to do that, or that's stupid, or this or that, and then they talk themselves out of it. But you never know, man. So shoot for the stars, man. Go for yours. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I reached out to Fabo and he responded like right away, like, yo, yeah, I'll be in town. Yeah, we'd like to try it. That's cool. We'll stop by. And he came by. At first, I didn't think he was coming. Like, man, he ain't gonna come by, And so we was just in the kitchen already. That was when I was in the commissary before I had the food truck. And he came through and tried the food. He was like, really, I mean, he from Atlanta, where food is big,
Yep.
So he was tripping. I had walleye, these big pieces of walleye he had gotten, some mac and cheese and fried. He was loving the food, man. They was like, man, the portions was so big. He was loving. I got a video of it on my page.
Okay.
Like, I think in the old stories or whatever. But yeah, that was one of the highlights for sure.
Y'all see what's going on, bro? Already got celebrities pulling up. You know what I'm saying? If the celebrities is coming to town and pulling up, you should probably pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You should try some too. That's the slogan. That's the hashtag.
You should try. You see what's going on? You should try some too.
Yeah.
Hashtag that.
Yeah.
How do you keep your food truck operations efficient during busy events or peak hours?
Yeah, the most important thing is prep. Like the better you prep, the more efficient it can be. While you're operating, have things in place and ready to go. If you're gonna run out of stuff, have it already. That backup, like when you got one tub of chicken and you're done with that, have the next one waiting, ready to go, seasoned. Bam! So you could just take it out the refrigerator and keep it moving instead of scrambling around trying to season chicken in the middle while you're busy, stuff like that. But preparation is key, man.
How early do you start?
Man, real early. Like if I'm going out like at 3:00 sometimes, like on a Saturday, like my time actually might be like 3 to 8 or something, but I'm starting at like 7 in the morning, going and picking up stuff, and then I'm getting to the truck or the kitchen and prepping like by 10, 11, and I'm prepping a lot early. A lot goes into it behind the scenes that people don't realize, and then we clean it afterwards. So we're there like a couple hours afterwards, scrubbing the floors down. Everybody don't do that either, but we definitely known for having a clean, good, nice, clean, sanitized truck.
Clean trucks equals clean food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See how that works.
Yes, sir.
as far as with the preparation time too, is it usually just you dolo, or what staff normally look
like? A lot
like?
of times, it is just me. Especially like picking up the stuff. I have some help. Sometimes, like if it's a lot of prep, I call somebody in and ask them to meet me
Mm-hmm.
and help. But a lot of times, the majority of it is me.
Okay.
And then on the truck, I have help. I need at least 1 or 2 people. Somebody taking the orders and somebody else helping prep the orders while I'm frying it up.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I'm looking for people that if you want to get on these fryers and take over, even if you're a chef and a seasoned chef, holler at me again. I'm trying to kick back and chill.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Boss man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Point some fingers for a
Yes,
change.
sir.
You know what I mean? What advice would you give someone who wants to start their own food truck business?
Yeah, I just say do your research, take your time, realize that it's not a get money quick scheme. Like you ain't gonna just get into it and blow up right away. You definitely gotta grow. And anything worth having is you're gonna have to work for it.
Yes, sir.
If you just get out there, I had a lot of success early, and sometimes that would like make me think, oh, this is it, and then it just it'll go down. It's a lot of ups and downs, so you just gotta take the ride and just keep getting better, perfecting yourself, and doing research. I got a lot of game from a lot of food trucks out in LA.
Okay.
Some real well-known trucks that's been on some food shows and everything. I went out to a mobile food convention in Indianapolis with some LA food vendors and met with them, and they gave me a lot of game. So that was before I got my truck, just what to do and what not to do. And a lot of times I see them on IG or even on TV, and I think, man, they popping, they rich, this, that, and the other. And they was telling me, man, they was sleeping on floors and in cars and stuff, but they was still grinding and getting at it. And then a lot of them is a lot. They doing pretty well now, but they started off
humble
having
beginnings.
To get it out the mud.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's dope though too, because what I'm hearing is as a student, before you even got the truck, you was already tapping in with the people who had them, and really was hands on learning the game.
Yeah.
So that's something you gotta take note of right there. If you really want to be a master at the craft, you gotta be a student of the game too at all times. So yeah.
Now, when it comes to the food trucks, do you hope to have like a restaurant one day, or do you want to keep it at the food
I'd
truck?
like to have a small brick and mortar, where people could just a signature location and have a truck to go out for events and stuff too. That would be nice to do. Sure.
Okay. Any locations in particular? Any streets or sides of town for sure? Would love to get a spot over there.
One. I mean, it's all about location.
Location is everything.
Yeah. So I mean, I've thought like certain places were better than others, and when I go with the truck, sometimes I see like I don't know. That's a golden question, man. I don't have the answer to that yet. But I would think downtown would be popping. But then on the weekends, downtown is not popping a lot in Columbus.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not for us. I mean, I don't know. I've gone downtown on the weekends and it's kind of dead, in my opinion. A lot of the food places are closed on the weekends.
Have you ever hit the comments?
No, but that is something that I'm gonna look into. Like for the lunches, they do that during the week and stuff. So yeah.
Any success on the Buckeye game days on Saturdays?
Yeah, but that's a little tricky one too, man. Like you would think when I first started, I thought like, man, being out on the Buckeye game days is the night games are better, but like them noon games,
I can see.
Yeah, it's not really popping like that. A lot of people are more focused on watching the game. It's after the game they want to kind of get something to eat. And then even I heard like if you're in the campus area, people they're more focused on getting to the game, or getting away to the game, or getting where they want to watch the game, than sitting there waiting on some food.
Yeah,
that is kind of true. Usually when I see people game day, they always going somewhere.
Yeah,
we're going to the bar.
Right,
they like to get to the bar though, for sure.
Yeah. So like the key to me is just being at a bar, and then if they don't have food, posting up.
That's where you come in.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Nice. Now, as far as it sounds like you basically haven't picked a guaranteed location. Like I'm always there. So how do you go? Like how long will you be at a location before you move around? Is it just week by week or?
Yeah, it's week by week, or sometimes we had a lot of different properties like neighborhoods or apartment complexes. I got in good with Oakwood Management, and they own a lot of properties around town.
Okay.
And so like they'll have like different events. We just did like a Christmas holiday party. And they had like a Santa Claus with a horse and carriage, and we posted the truck up, and people came and bought food. So stuff like that. I mean, or like I said, I'll have like one signature place. Like a lot of the breweries don't have kitchens in them. We used to go to a brewery out in Pickerington called Combustion Brewery.
Okay.
That place would be jumping, and they don't have a kitchen in there. But that was our first year out. We went there a lot, but basically we just try to go where it's hot or where they want us.
Makes sense. Yeah. Smart thing to do.
Now, when it comes to the theme song with COC, did you have any say so in that, or?
Oh yeah, man. COC, shout out to COC. That's one of my favorite rappers in the city, man. His whole crew, the Third. I know them, man. I know a lot of their members, and because we all from the North Side, and been following them a long time from back in the early days of the Hip Hop Expos. My brother BHB, he obviously the founder of the Expo. And I used to see them cats back in the day getting down, and COC always reminded me of Jadakiss, his sound.
That's like his favorite. That's one of his favorite rappers, though, right?
Yeah. So like I knew who he was and who they were. Obviously they was known and they was like local celebrities. So he reached out to me first about the food. Because he seen it on IG and he used to send me messages like, "Yo, how can I get some of that, man?" Like. And this was before it was definitely before I had a food truck.
Okay.
It was like kind of when I was just doing it out of the crib, I think. And he like used to see some of the pictures like, yo, and I reach out to him, tell him, a little bit how I was doing it or whatever. And then we kept in contact. And then, when I was in the kitchen, I hollered at him like, yo, come in. He came in for one of them food reviews that we did. He actually came in and got a couple orders too. And then I used the song he had it's a video on my YouTube page for a food review we had, and it was a song off of one of his albums, Bill Man.
Okay.
We used that song in the background, while we were showing people eating and stuff. And so I had hollered at him, man, it's probably like a year or two ago about doing the theme song, and he was like, yeah, that's cool, he thought about it like, man, I ain't never did nothing like that before, so he thought about it and was like, I'll get back with you on it. And then I waited a couple months. He got back with me. He's like, nah, I can't do it, man. I just ain't feeling it. It ain't coming to me or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I respect it. It's cool. And I had thought about a couple other artists, but I didn't want somebody just doing it. I was really glad that he was honest with me and he just put something out there. So, it had to come from the heart. So I just chilled for a minute, and then I hollered at him again like about a year later. And he's like, man, is there anything I can do for you, help you with your business or anything? And I'm like, man, that
so
theme
with that
song,
theme song,
yeah. So he shot on it again, like, let me think, man, I got some projects coming up, but yeah, let me sit on it and see what's up, and I'll let you know. And then he came to me like, man, I'm working on it. He asked me for some, different stuff about that I would want in the song, and so we went back and forth with that, gave him some ideas on what to spit on, and then he not spit on. Literally.
Nah, yeah, we know where you're going.
But think about the food. But yeah, so yeah, then he was like, man, I'm working on something. It's hot, and I'm like, okay, I can't wait to hear it. And then he sent it to me, man. I think it was early one morning or late one night, man. I'm like, wow, that's hot. They had the beat and everything. It was nice, man. So that's how that came about.
Dope.
And I told him we're gonna do a remix too. We're definitely gonna shoot a video. I want y'all to come out for that.
I would love to.
We're gonna turn it up, man.
For sure. Yeah, we rock with Coast City, so
whole city out there.
That's a big bet. Now with the theme song, what was the? Because I mean, like, do you have like a setup commercial just yet, or is it really just that reel for right now?
Yeah, just right now it's just the little reel. Like I said, we're gonna do a video.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the real deal.
Okay.
By the time this start airing, the video might be
for
out.
sure. That's the truth.
That's a goal in 2025 though, is to get that out. I want to just waiting on the weather really. Probably do it like at the Derby place, man. Is a good location. It's a clean bar. It's not always popping because it's in Gahanna.
A lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, I know. But
you said every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But but that's probably where we're having, man. We had some parties out there. My cousin had a party there, man. It was jumping. It was probably, over 100 people for a bar. That's a nice little. Yeah. We had some good traffic. I got some video of that on my page too. So, but yeah, that's definitely what's up with that.
All right. Now, do you consider LB's a soul food spot?
Yeah, it's comfort meets soul.
Okay.
Kind kind of like it ain't like your like pig feet and chitlins and
like the deep southern soul food.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then every now and then we had collard greens. We're gonna bring those back in 2025 too.
Okay.
Probably some yams and but the fried fish is definitely soul food.
Okay.
You know, the sweet potato pie is soul food. The baked mac and cheese is soul food. So like a lot of people have said that this ain't soul, that's not soul food just because they might not see what they.
That's what I'm like. Do you consider it
Yeah,
that?
I consider it soul food. Like,
Okay.
it's just a mixture of comfort plus soul food and just LB food.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is.
Now, I mean, I know you kind of gave us basically, the rundown on everything that LB's entails, but if you had to base it down to one thing, what really makes LB's different from the other soul food spots in the city?
I think we take a lot of pride in what we do. We use good quality ingredients. It's made with a lot of love. That's good customer service. Those are the main things right there.
The good principles.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What's something that resonates with all people in Columbus besides the Buckeyes?
Buckeyes is it, but what else? I would say Buster Douglas.
Okay. Hey, that's a different one. Nobody said Buster yet.
Tyson,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely put us on the map when he did that.
Yeah,
that was he
true.
from where?
Yeah.
What type of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I just want everybody. I want to be known for being somebody that went hard, had a lot of passion, and was known for treating people right and doing good by everybody. I think I want to say this too, man. It's about a couple little things. I ain't gonna go Cat Williams on y'all, but I'm just saying, man. I think we prejudge each other in the city, and like a lot of times it's cliques. Like I say, people go with who they know, but a lot of times we'll see somebody and think, oh, he this or that. I ain't messing with him or whatever, But a lot of times people do that with me because I'm a big dude, and they might see me and they might think I'm mugging them or something, but I'm thinking about what chicken wings I got to pick up or something. But they thinking I'm mugging, so they instantly think like, oh man, I don't know about him or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a cool person, man. I'm approachable. Even though I'm big, I ain't gonna hurt you unless you put on
reason
me
to, yeah.
Right, but I think that's one of the things, man. I want people to know, man. I'm approachable, man. We could all get along. We could all help each other out. That's what it's all about, man. We got to do that as a people for sure.
I love that right there. Yeah, we've spoken about that quite a bit here in the last couple of weeks. We see that there was like a lot of cliques, like kind of there's people out here working. There's people out here working together,
Right.
but they were working together amongst their cliques and groups.
Yeah.
So we want to open that up. Everybody open up their doors, man. Let's connect and let's help each other grow. Let's put the city really where it need to be.
Yeah. And with social media, everybody see what everybody doing.
Exactly.
Like, because it's not but so big. Somebody know everybody. We know somebody. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows
know them
somebody.
too. Facts.
So if one person might share a post, people might see it, but they like, that's his people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not really, it's supposed to circulate.
Yeah.
To the next person, and the next person. And what you doing? Okay, I'll show that too. But I'm not gonna show love. I have shown a lot of love to people and they don't even know it. Like back in the day, like rappers, their CDs, I supported them. I play their music. I still play it to this day, and they don't even realize it. That I'm showing them love, but they see my posts. And they ain't been to my truck.
Drop a like, drop a comment, pull up and come shop a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I love Columbus, man, and I like supporting my people. I might not even always, they might not know, but I'm down for all y'all out there. Everybody that's a creative, I love it, man. Let's keep doing it. Let's network and let's build together. That's one thing I do see amongst the people out in LA that I know is they stick together, man. They try to keep it right. They still have their indifferences every now and then, but for the most part, they got groups that stick together and help build each other up. That's what we got to do here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wise words right there.
Yeah.
Do you have a message for the Columbus youth?
Yeah, the Columbus youth, man. I want to say, keep working hard and listen to your parents. Don't listen to your friends that's in the bad things. But don't let peer pressure take you under, man. You'll realize when you're older that it ain't even worth it. It's just it's about just doing the right thing and being who you are, be yourself, and that's pretty much it. Stay out of trouble.
Now we know you tapped in with the music. Obviously, you got the theme song, so we know you big on the music. You gotta give us the top 5. Who's your top 5?
MCs?
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man.
And it's really favorites, not to be who the best.
I know. But my favorite rapper is probably Jay-Z.
Okay.
For sure. And you got Rakim, KRS-One, and it gets tricky after this, because Nas is in there.
Okay.
And Biggie was one of my favorites too.
That's a cold 5.
A lot of drama with Diddy lately and all that.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics with Biggie, but but it's all good. That's I'm a big cat, so he gave me a lot of game and confidence back in the day.
For sure.
What's your favorite Jay album?
Black Album.
Mine too.
Yeah.
That's definitely my favorite
Just
Jay
listened
album.
to that yesterday.
Definitely. Black Album is undefeated.
Yeah.
Sir. Let us know where we can find you on the socials.
At LB_fish_ the letter N _chicken. And LB's Golden Fried Fish and Chicken on Facebook, and then also on TikTok as well, and X, formerly Twitter. Not on there a lot, but I'm on all of them, Snapchat, all that. But mainly on Instagram and Facebook.
Same way you see it spelled at the bottom, same way you see it spelled in the picture as well.
They see it.
Phone number in there, it works. Make sure y'all tap in. You could get something delivered through Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Any closing words, though, before we get out of here?
I wanna say, shouts out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, giving me the
Likewise.
opportunity. I've seen a lot of different podcasts in the city swing right by me, but I'm glad I'm always with y'all because y'all the first one I did, man.
I appreciate that.
So that's going down in history. We're gonna build each other up from here.
Yes, sir.
And I hope to hear from the next ones, so we can keep it going and just maybe have just a podcast convention or something.
No, we can do that. And what we will do for sure, we're going to make sure we pull up the LBs, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Get that footage, get that content.
Yeah.
Might mess around and do an episode up there at the truck. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
That'd be dope.
2025 got some big things in store. So
Yeah.
make sure y'all stay tuned, though. But that does it for this episode. Until the next time, y'all. COC, we out.
Fingers, yes, sir. New Year's Eve too.
You was
Like
on
5 years.
107.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I should have said this in the interview, but is it recording?
Mhm.
Oh, my bad. Is it? I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, nah, you good. Go ahead.
But what happened was one of my homies I went to school with worked at the radio station 107.5, and he was on Facebook friends with me, and this is back when I was cooking in the kitchen at home, and I used to post food on there, and people would always ask like, man, how can I get some of that? How can I get some of that food or whatever, And I'd be like kind of shucking and jiving. I even had these shirts made up with the food truck on it because that's always what I wanted before I had the truck. And that was kind of motivation for me to, kind of get to it. And I kind of was just messing around, man, with it, like with the little, I created this whole little thing, like the truck, everything, the little slogan, all that before it actually came to fruition. But anyway, I was on Facebook, dude reached out to me, and he like, how can I get some of that chicken? And I'm joking like, yeah, man, I'll bring it up to you at your job at the station. And he like, all right, bet. What about, I think it was like New Year's Eve, like 5 years ago. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I had my daughter working with me. She was young at this time, man, like probably like 13, 14 years old. And we whipped up some food, took it up to the station. And I'm thinking I'm just dropping it off, to the front desk for the people to taste it, see how they like it or whatever, maybe give me a shout out. As soon as I got there, they like, yo, come back, and I ain't know where I'm going. I'm like, all right, I don't think I'm taking the food to some kitchen area or something.
Right.
And I go and I got this, not this shirt on, but a shirt like this with the food truck on it and everything. And I'm going back and I start seeing like different rooms, like studios. And I'm like, man, this is like what's going down there. And then they had a table, they set the food on. And then City was the on their
City
DJ that day,
News.
on 107. And he was like, yo, who's that out there? And he on the air, in the little room, in the booth. And across the way was 95.5, was Divine Martino.
Okay.
And she like, yeah, what's out there? What's going on? I smell some food. The food out there? And then City like, yo, tell him come in here. And so this is just like kind of on the spot, man. I'm thinking I got my apron on, everything. And so he like, come in here. And I'm thinking he want to just holler at me. Like, man, you look familiar. We talked about being from the north side, whatever. And then he was like, hold on one second. And he was like, commercial was on at the time. I heard it, and then he went on the air, and he's like, "Yo, it's New Year's, and blah blah blah. Speaking of the New Year, though, what better way than starting off with a new business? And we got LB's Golden Fried Fish and Chicken in the house, new food truck in the city. You know, this time I ain't had no food truck, but I got the shirt on. I never said this, like, but people heard that and thought I was capping. You know, so this is how it happened. That's why I wanted to say this. And then he's on the air like, so fam, and I got a copy of this video where he said, he like, so are you the owner operator? I'm live on the air, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, nah, it's real, you know. So I'm going with it, like, and I'm like, yeah, you know, just started just something new, you know, I gotta go with it, winging it,
for
man.
sure.
And so he, you know, he doing this thing, he a professional, and then he like, all right, yeah, I'll let y'all know where can they find you? And I said I had an IG at that time. He said he shouted that out, and that was that, and I'm like, man, that's huge. And then next thing you know, Divine Martina across the way, like, hey, come over here, yeah, you wanna get on the air? I'll get you on there. So she on the air, and she like, yeah, we got LB's Fish and Chicken in the place. So what you got? You got fries, you got wings. You know, she live on the air, and I'm going with it, like, yeah, we got this, that, the other, whatever. And then they go out. They wasn't eating in the studio, but it was like a little common area in the middle where the food was at, and they went out there and was trying it, showing the food on their Instagram and all this, like. Yeah, so like I left, and they gave my number out that was on the card. I didn't even have an official business number at that time. It was like my personal number.
Oh shit!
So people was calling like, "Where's your food truck at?" When I left there, like people, man, the radio and like
works.
stuff like this is powerful, man. Because like, soon as I left there, I was getting calls. People like, "I heard you." They had me live on the air, you know. So like, that people like, "I heard you," and then other people calling my phone because they called the station wanting to know the number to the food truck. So they was calling my personal phone like, "Where you at? Where you at?" I'm like, man, like I wasn't. Some of them I wasn't even responding to. I'm like, we ain't open today. So when all that went down, like I think a lot of people that was in the food industry here in Columbus kind of thought like I was just lying, or you know, I had a vision, you know, and the way that happened, I was put on the spot, so I kind of had to roll with it, you know, and that's why I wanted to kind of say this on the air, you
that's
know,
hot.
just to let it be known. But it was a crazy story. I don't even think like City or none of them know that. I don't even know if they know that's how it really happened. And that's how it went down. They might have thought, man, this dude came in here lying, talking about he got a food truck and he ain't got one. But then I was glad.
Got one now.
Yeah. I was glad to be able to, you know, put it all together and
For
actually
sure.
have one. So.
For
And they all
sure.
know. They done seen it. So, yeah, that's what's up.
You manifested it.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
really what happened.
Yeah.
Manifested it.
Yeah.
Once he put it out there in the atmosphere, he was like, I got to make sure it's a real thing now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's powerful right there. Shout out to 107.5 too, man.
Sure.
We
shout out to City News.
definitely.
One of the realest in the city, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen City in person as well. You good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the radio's still definitely powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have conversations about that, like you know, their support of local Columbus artists and all that stuff. Because I think we all still know how important the radio really is.
Yeah.
You know, especially for the older generations. Like there's an audience, a huge audience that still listens to that.
Yeah.
So we know the power of it. If we could get some Columbus artists in the mix there too, so now they able to do stuff like that, like what they did for you.
Right.
Do the same thing for the Columbus music artists too.
Yeah.
Turn this thing upside down real quick.
Yeah,
So.
they used to have local artists on the air, man, but you don't really hear it too much no more. But we need some kind of avenue.
We'll get it together.
Yeah.
The movement is happening.
Yeah, it is.
So it's on the way, y'all.
Yeah.
Same way they manifested that, we can manifest this.
That's it.
Let's keep going into 2025.
Yeah.
We got it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.